One of the best ways to get time freedom is to start a business that's time independent. Let's start a business for $100 that anybody can do. All right, so let's jump into this. So first off, what kind of business can we do for only $100 that allows people to have time freedom? Well, the one we're going to try out right now, and we're going to just push through and we're just going to keep working on, is Amazon FBA used books. So you're wondering, like, what exactly is that? So we have this $100 challenge, and we're going to make an Amazon FBA used book business. No extra money, and that $100 has to include any software we use, any gear we buy, any supplies, any shipping. Everything will go in that $100. So the business is to sell used books on Amazon. There's used books everywhere. So if you're the kind of person that likes to reuse things anyway, this is a great business. It's helping take stuff out of the dump and out of the thrift stores and into people's hands that want to use it. So the flow goes like this. You go to a yard sale, you go to a thrift store. They have tons of books that people don't want, and maybe people have been sitting there for a long time. Now, we're going to use one of two apps. The first one's completely free, and the second one has I believe, a 2-week trial. So the first one is the Amazon Seller app. What that will allow you to do is to scan the ISBN codes on the back of books, or take a picture or look at the cover and try to find it in Amazon's database. With that, you'll see how often this book sells based on the seller rank. You'll also be able to see how much it sells for, how much used ones are selling for, how much are new ones, and all these different pieces that you'll be able to put together. The second app you can use is Scout IQ. It makes this process so much faster. Now, in starting with $100, I wasn't able to use this as a pro member, but I did get the 2-week trial. So with the 2-week trial, you're allowed to use it full out without having to pay for it, and then just cancel at the end of that 14 days. If you decide to get Scout IQ, which I highly recommend because it's just so much faster than using the Amazon Seller app, the link for that will be down in the description. Now, it is an affiliate link, which means that if you end up buying it after your trial, I will get a little bit of a percentage of the purchase on that. So I first started sourcing books in around late May, and I was able to send out my first shipment in June of 2021. So what gear do you need aside from your phone and the app? Not much. You just need to be able to ship stuff. So you need to be able to put on labels. So you got to buy labels. You got to be able to peel off stickers. You got to be able to put them in boxes and tape that up and then send it out. And that's pretty much all the gear you need for this. Once you've sourced some books, now you need to get them to Amazon. So that involves 6 different steps. You need to maybe clean off the books. You need to decide what condition the books are in according to the Amazon policies. You need to put labels on the books. You need to price the books. You need to package the books, and then you need to ship the books off. Now, what were my expectations? I didn't have the highest expectations, but I do know that this is a cheap business to get into. It absolutely works. You can find books everywhere, so it's not that hard to source. Now, I knew it would take a long time, so we're trying to build this up. We're starting with $100, and I'm not going to spend over that, and I'm only going to spend money that comes back to me. So that takes a while for the money to get back. I also realized that it's a pretty slow process scanning books, even if you're using the Scout IQ app, which is way faster than the Amazon Seller app. So once I finally got money back, my very first purchase was a Bluetooth scanner. So one of these little Bluetooth scanners. Now, I actually haven't even been out sourcing with this yet, but I expect it's going to speed up my sourcing of books somewhere between 2 to 4 times faster because it just automatically gets the ISBN and I don't have to focus on the camera with my phone. Along with that scanner in the future, to be able to speed things up, right now I'm listing all of my books straight onto the Amazon platform. Now, there is listing software. It was way over the budget for this particular challenge, but I'm sure I'll get into it as long as I keep getting income from the books. Another one is just focusing on the workflow and what will be the simplest process. Because again, this isn't a hard business to do, but it is time consuming, especially starting, because I can't just dump money in. I'm limited by $100 and then hope that I can get it out right away or buy software up front that allows me to go faster from the get-go. So how's it going so far? So again, I started in late May sourcing books. I got my first box shipped off early June, and right now it's early October. So it's been a couple months, but here's the stats so far. So with that, I've purchased 56 books, and that was $51.84. I purchased Scotty peelers for $7.40. These help you peel all the stickers, the price tags off of the books that you get. I bought 3 shipping boxes for $2.33. I bought 30 up Avery printing labels, only 10 sheets because any more would have blown the budget on this one. And those were $4.78. And then I had to ship the books off to Amazon. I've done 3 shipments, and now it's been $24.42. I also had to print labels. I didn't have a way to print labels, so I was taking these Avery labels over to Office Depot and other things while I figured out how to get the labels to work on my own printer. And how's it looking? That's a total of $96.84. Now let's get into some of the things that have come out of that. The first shipment to Amazon was in June of 2021. The second shipment was in the middle of June 2021. My third shipment was in the middle of July 2021. And I made my first sale on July 9th of 2021, making $3.58 from a $1 book. So that's profit. So that also covers the cost of that book. So I've sold 16 books. I sent in 56 books, but there was an issue that we'll get to later on in the video. Now out of that, there's been sales of $277.45 with profit of $81.01 from $11.50 in books. Not bad. I've had $83.92 transferred back to my bank from Amazon. And sounds good, except for there were some issues. Let's get into some of the issues. The first issue is my biggest box of books that I sent. The tracking shows that it made it to Amazon and it was in the parking lot, but it never got sent into the warehouse. So my very first box of books was 24 books. It never showed up. So that just counts as lost inventory. So out of my 56, you can just take 24 off right now. So what are we at? That's 52, 32 books. So I have 32 books and I've sold 16 of them. So I'm at around 50% of the books. Now, I could have chosen to take that out of the $100 I'm starting with, but I'm leaving it in to see what ends up happening out of this. Also, like I mentioned, scanning through books just takes a long time. So that's why I got this little scanner right here. Hopefully that speeds us up. Now we'll be going on this journey together. Family Man Freedom is about trying to help dads spend more time with their kids, and time independence is really important for that. Again, so one of the best ways to get freedom of your time is to have money coming in that's time independent. Now this does take time, but you can do it at almost any time as long as the places are open. And then yard sales are on weekends usually. And then as far as the sales, that happens at any time. All you have to do is figure out when to source your inventory. And then after that, you can wait for the sales to come in. So we're going to be doing a series on this. I'll probably update every month. And if you want to learn more about selling used books on Amazon, check out the playlist that we have or the other videos that we have on this topic. And we hope to see you back on Family Man Freedom.